Let's be real. Navigating health insurance as a self-employed or entrepreneurial human being and doing all of the adulting things that you're supposed to be doing around your healthcare can be absolutely exhausting, expensive, and confusing. And the worst thing is you can even be paying for health insurance coverage and think that you're going to be covered for something, find out that you're not, and still be paying for the insurance and the event. How frustrating is that? In my self-employed journey, I have spent too many hours on hold with health insurance companies, showing up for events that I thought would be paid and having to pay them out of pocket, and just going around the red tape rigmarole of trying to make sure that me and my family are covered. So if you too have had surprise bills, spent hours on hold, or just feel like there's no right opportunity to engage in healthcare that is in alignment with your values and how you want to spend your money on health, this video is for you. There came a point where I had a bit of an emergent situation. I needed to screen something and make sure that it wasn't an emergency. It ended up being not. But by the process of going into first an urgent care, being referred to an emergency room, I signed some papers, even though I had health insurance at the time that we were paying a hefty amount for. Somehow, the MRI that I needed ended up not being covered, and I had to pay the bill. It was at that point that I realized I need to do something else because I don't believe in the insurance model. I don't feel good about giving money to the insurance model. And I'm so frustrated that every time I actually desire or need to have the support that I'm paying for, I feel like it's not really there. I wanted to engage in something that worked with my brain, my values, and with the life that I've been building as a business owner. That's when I found CrowdHealth. And today, for Chelsea's Essential Recommends video, I want to walk through what it is, some of the things that I love most about this program, and how you can try it yourself at a discount using my referral. And P.S., if you've already been looking into CrowdHealth and you know that you want to step into becoming a member, I want to help get you the best deal possible. You can go to the description below this video, look for the member referral link that I've provided, and you're going to enter code CHELSEA, CHELSEA, and you'll step into 3 months of coverage as an individual for only $99 a month. It's still a great deal if you use my code as a family, and I'll explain a little bit more about how that works as we get into this. If you have ever wished that there was a healthcare coverage option that was transparent, human forward, and actually helpful when you need it, CrowdHealth could be a solution for you. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm smart. I own a business. I used to practice law. I'm organized about our documentation. But even with all of that, I still found that traditional insurance just impossible to navigate, especially when you're actually in a stressful moment where you need to be using it. Now, I don't know if it's that I'm neurodivergent. Maybe like you, I've never been trained on how to advocate for myself or navigate minutia and footnotes and sub exceptions while I'm in the middle of a medical emergency. But I've had, I think, 3 instances in my life where there was like a medical situation where being insured didn't actually protect me from 4-figure bills that then became my responsibility. With CrowdHealth, I feel supported and more in control. And I love that it's a community-based model, not a big corporation profiting off of my stress and trying to make it so confusing that I can't actually use my benefits. Here's the deal. CrowdHealth is not actually insurance. It's a membership-based alternative that combines monthly contributions, a personal health advocate team, access to tools and upfront pricing, and a crowdfunding model where members actually support each other through big medical events from a financial perspective. So I'll give you a rundown of the cost structure. Of course, this is as of now. They could evolve and grow, but I have found them to be a very fair and transparent company and really looking to run as lean as possible. So there's a flat fee, like advocacy membership rate that you as an individual and or everyone in your family that you're putting onto the plan are going to pay. So that's going to be $55 a month to be a member and have access to all of these advocacy tools and resources. And then every month, depending on what plan you come into, there is going to be a capped crowdfunding ask per person. And let me tell you, In my family's experience, I can't guarantee this, but in my family's experience, we have often had asks come to us to be funded that are less than the cap. It cannot go over the cap, but some months it might even be less than what you're budgeting for. So I'm pulling up their website and looking at membership pricing. So if you are an individual, as of right now, that advocacy fee will be $55 a month, and the contribution, the maximum ask you could be asked to contribute into the crowdfunding model would be $140 per month. Now with my code for the first 3 months, that can actually be dropped down to only $44 a month. Now you might say, well, it's myself and my partner and 2 kiddos. So what would a family of 4 look like? Again, that would be $55 per person of that advocacy fee. So 4 people would total up to $220. And the maximum contribution that your family would be asked to contribute is $420. Now, the really cool thing, if you have a big family, is that maximum contribution caps out at $420. So even if you're a family of 8, it's going to be a maximum of $420, but you will have 8 times the $55 a month membership fee. So your overall will be more, but the contribution you're going to be asked for caps out at a family of 4. So what does it look like once you're a member? You get an app on your phone and you're able to upload bills into the app and submit events for sharing. The best part, everything is spelled out in simple terms. You can see what is covered, what is not. They use regular English language, not like legalese. And if you don't know if something will be covered or you have a question, you are assigned a support advocate. And let me tell you, they answer quickly, fix things before you even know they're broken or have a concern, and even are willing to help you plan proactively for the care and making sure that you're planning ahead for the finances of what you're going to be stepping into if you have a medical event. So some of the things that I personally like and me and my family use that I could never benefit from with traditional insurance. The first is that my family, we try to be pretty preventative and health-minded, and we engage in wellness support for all of us. Now, when you use traditional insurance, there's nothing included in that, right? What's really cool about CrowdHealth is they want us to be healthy and to be taking preventative measures. So for each family member, you get up to $300 that will be reimbursed towards a wellness event. So that could be chiropractic care, vision care, dental care, or if you're like me and you have a direct primary care that you pay a monthly fee to, you can submit that up to $300 per family member. So if you're already doing those things, you're automatically, once you submit it, going to get $900 back if you're a family of 3 like me. The other thing that's really cool about wellness is they offer quarterly wellness incentives. So every quarter they send out a newsletter and say it's typically like lab work or gut health testing. For me personally, I've every January that we've been a member, I've done their DEXA scan incentive where they will say we will cover up to, for example, $100 for you to put towards a DEXA scan. So that particular scan is about bone density and body composition. Like, yes, please, I would like to have a baseline with that ongoing. Love that. And so here locally, for me, it only costs $90 to be a cash paid patient to go get this type of scan. I'm able to submit it since they're covering up to $100. I just get that for free. So they do these different incentives throughout the year. It's great to pay attention to the newsletter as a member and see which of those incentives make sense for you. Now, just from a practical standpoint, actually engaging in and using your membership, you don't need referrals. You don't have to fight for pre-approvals. You can ask for help from your patient advocate before you even get the bill to understand like, hey, what would an average cost of this look like? Or, I've been referred to do this type of service or get this assessment for myself or my kiddo. Can we just talk through, would this be included? What receipts should I include? They are so helpful. Like literally this Sunday evening, I uploaded one of our wellness event receipts, and Monday morning, I had a question from my patient advocate to make sure they understood what I was submitting and were characterizing it correctly. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if before the end of the week, I actually received that funding. It might be 2 weeks, but 2 weeks is the maximum amount of time that I've personally experienced from submitting something to be covered to receiving the funds into my account. Just from a mindset and even a values standpoint, I love that CrowdHealth is not profiting off of me and my family being sick. They're not trying to make things so hard for me to use the benefits, and There's not this like layer after layer after layer of administrative cost that's eating up the money that I'm paying in. It is people who are like-minded, care about the crowd, the community, and are willing to make sure that the money they put in are going to other families. And when it's them that needs to submit something, that money is coming back to them. It is a win-win. So if you are self-employed, uninsured, maybe frustrated with your current plan and looking for alternatives, or just trying to find something that really aligns with maybe a more wellness-minded point of view or values for you and your family, CrowdHealth might be a very real option for you. Once you become a member, you are given a referral code because they want members inviting other like-minded members into the crowd. And I did put mine below in the description, along with the code 𝗧𝗿𝘂. You would want to enter 𝗧𝗿𝘂, CHELSEA, at the time of signing up. And like I said, that monthly contribution for you is going to be capped at only $44 for a total of coverage for 3 months for $99 for an individual. And this isn't some like bait and switch where all of a sudden it becomes crazy expensive after. So if you're curious about what it will cost after your 3-month experience, there is a cute little calculator right on their website where you can plug in your details. Are you an individual, or are there multiple members of your family you'd be signing up on the plan? Then you choose whether you want to come into their original coverage or their Black Swan plan. Black Swan is more like a very high deductible plan, but it does give you those options. You can see them right there and see what your max would be each month. Now, I have been a member for myself and my family for just coming up on 2 years. We have had an amazing experience. If you have any questions about CrowdHealth, or even how to compare it to traditional health insurance or health ministries, I'm happy to answer any questions. Put them in the comments below and I'll try to help you out. Of course, I love when people find my channel from the top essentials that I recommend videos. And if you happen to be a business owner, a service provider, a founder who wants to explore what it looks like to bring intuition and authenticity into the strategy of how you run your business, make sure to subscribe for that reason as well.